if you're young and you just jump on the first guy or woman that you're like, well,
Jump
you
on
just
him.
jump on the first one, you're fine. Welcome, Woven Ones. This is Generations Woven, where the voices of 3 generations blend into one tapestry of truth, laughter, love, and life. The most overused, yet underdefined word in the English language. Actually, in any language. We say it about pizza. We say it about partners. We say it to people we've never met.
Sure.
But what is love, really? Today, we're separating love from infatuation, romance from reality, and performance from presence. 3 generations, 3 takes, and one question. What's love got to do with it? When I, think about love, I think as a younger Tasha, teenager, grades like you're in junior high and you tell someone you love them, right? And it's such a big deal to finally say the words like I love you to a romantic partner, right? I mean, how romantic is that in junior high? But I think, as we get in relationships, we love everyone we date, right? You
Yeah.
don't you date them for like a day and you love them when you're younger.
Yeah. You
But
don't know what it means.
you don't know what it means. But if either of you were to tell me, like, this is the definition of love, do you have a definition of love? Is there a definition of love?
Judy, you're the older one.
Oh,
Let's start
thanks.
with you.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
wise. You're wise.
Yeah. I think when I think of love, true love, I think of Christ's love.
Hmm.
And if you can love like Christ loves us, the world will come to peace because it's unconditional.
Selfless.
It's not like I love you if only you do this.
Right.
It's I love you for who you are.
Hmm.
You may not be perfect, but who of us are? But I think that is what I think true love is taking someone and accepting them for who they are and loving them through it.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
They may not be where they were meant to be, but they still need to feel that love and acceptance for where they are so that they can get through it.
That's good. I like that. I think if I look at the weddings that I've attended, the ones that I like the most are the weddings where they display such a beautiful love for one another that are serving. It's like a serving love where the husband will wash the feet of the new bride. That's culture, that's counterculture.
That's a certain culture for sure.
Very, but it's the act behind the fact that you are his helpmeet. You were created for not lesser, but you were created to be part of the team. And I think if a man, and it comes from the man that is the leader of the house. I remember the part of scripture that they always say, two flesh becomes one. And I'm like, no, what do you mean? I'm me. But when you surrender a part of you where you're okay becoming, you change your last name. Most people do. They change their last name.
Atonement.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Then somehow, us as women, when we find the right soulmate, we don't mind coming into the most feminine part of who we are. But if you're in the wrong relationship, that's strong, independent, I'm in a fight and it's no, and I'm not changing my last name. And I know I'm just talking in general because I'm talking about me. That was me. I've been married more than once, and that was definitely my second marriage was like that. I'm not changing my last name. And no, this becoming one thing. So that marriage never had a chance. Never.
I can see that.
You can see that.
Yeah, because after my divorce, like I had this whole twisted perception of how I thought a marriage was supposed to be,
Yeah.
because I thought that I had gotten so lost in the partnership that I was like, I am not going to get lost into somebody else again, right? Like I was even at the point, like I was telling people, I go, I think if I live with somebody again, I want my own bedroom. Like,
I still say that though.
but but I didn't. I mean, I kind of like I had put these perceptions of, this must have been where it went wrong. Now I'm gonna do it this way. And I had these like clear expectations in my head. And then once I fell in love again, none of that. I was no, like I'm back to like who I am. And
Yeah.
it was just things that I kind of placed on love, thinking
Mm.
this is how I can keep my independence
Yes.
within love.
I hear you.
And
hear
I
you.
think that came from a divorce, learnings, and
How many
changing.
women go into a relationship thinking, "Oh, he's wonderful except for this, but he'll change."
Oh, I will change him. Oh, help us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I hear that all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And how's that working for you? You know?
I mean, I'll give guys credit. People can change. We can change, but
Yes.
you can't try to change them. They have to change themselves.
Yes.
That's the piece where, I can't say that, once a cheater, always a cheater. You might have done something when you were younger without the knowledge and the awareness of how things truly should be. Maybe your morals weren't there yet, or maybe you were struggling with something. That doesn't mean you stay the same person forever. So I don't think we should immediately disregard the fact that maybe somebody has a bad characteristic, right? Maybe they chew their food with their mouth open. I think over time they could stop doing that, right? That I'm not going to say I'm going to change them, but you can't change maybe the bigger things of them. The bigger nuggets of who a person
Mm.
is. You can't go in with the intention to change them.
I think there's a difference. Some are character flaws. Like if somebody was a cheater, for me, that's deeper. There's probably coming into agreement, whether that's, obviously doing this or subconsciously. Because I dated somebody like that. It was actually my first fiance. His father was a cheater, and that was his picture. That was his norm. I'm sure that's not really what he wanted to be, unless you do some major work on yourself and you go through transformation and you see that that is not okay.
Okay, really quick. Over 7,000 people watch Generations Woven every month, but only a tiny percentage of you are actually subscribed. If you've ever watched an episode and thought, wow, I needed that, please hit subscribe. It's free and it takes 2 seconds, and it genuinely helps us grow, bring on amazing guests, and reach more women looking for connection, healing, and real conversations. Thank you. Some people hold that on themselves,
Yes.
right? So if you have that belief that I'm a cheater, you're going to hold that belief until you get rid of it.
That's true.
And you have to be able to get rid of it.
you know
Or
what?
you're going to look for cheating and actually
Yes.
drive the person away.
Yes.
Yep. And you know what? Let me take that back, because I do know that there are some amazing husbands and wives who have gone through an event like that where one actually cheated. And most people, that will be the end of the relationship. But there are some that work through that
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and they're stronger because of it. So let me take that back. So what other character flaw would I say absolutely no? And
Anger issues. I would say somebody who has a history of some type of abuse. That's where I would
abuse,
question.
yeah.
I would question like oh, he hit her, but he wouldn't hit me, right? What's love got to do with it is you could become infatuated with somebody.
Correct.
You could get an attraction to somebody, but that doesn't mean that's the person you're supposed to love, is my opinion. Is you need to be a little bit more aware of what that love truly is that you're bringing into, your inner circle.
Mm.
Because if you're just, if he's interesting, if he's a bad boy, if, whatever it is about
Handsome.
it, is that really love?
Mm.
Or is it just exciting? And you're
Mm.
mixing up the two.
Mhm.
And that's where these, characteristics, like you can't fix him, but you have to be honest with, is that a trait that, if he loved her, And now he's saying he loves me. What does that really mean? I think that's where we get a little like tied up in, is it love or is it something else?
So here's a question. I've heard this being said so many times. Do you girls feel like there's the one? The one. Because many times you think there's one soulmate out there for you.
I
Well,
don't.
I probably look at it different, obviously.
Well, we all look at
I
things different.
think at whatever stage we are in life, there may be that one
For that phase of your
for that
life, that
season.
season.
Ooh.
Because
That's good.
what I needed when I was 24
Mm,
is not what I need at 75.
yeah, yeah,
You know, I'm a different person.
that's right.
And my compliment today
Mm,
is a lot different than it would have been there.
mm,
So I think that it's where you're at, there
yeah.
can be a special soulmate.
You know, the other thing that I was thinking about, unless you're very blessed and you're in a family that helps you grow that in yourself, at 20, 25, chances are not great that you know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
I would say in my early 60s now, I know who I am. So when there
It took me a
is,
little longer, but yeah, I
it's,
know.
it took me a long time, but I'm thankful because if you present somebody to me now and I look at the fruit, not who you present yourself to be, how do you live? What do you think? Show me your daily lifestyle. Show me how you treat somebody that can do nothing for you.
Oh,
Show
we
me
don't
that.
do that at 30
We don't.
or 20s, I
No,
mean.
but we
No.
don't because we
Maybe
don't.
closer to 30, but
Maybe close. I would say I
maybe
was
not.
30, 40. No,
I was
50.
a slow learner.
Yeah, I think we're all slow learners. And that's,
We blossom later. Well,
yes.
let's leave it
Yeah.
at that.
But
So
so that's like where we need to kind of remember that those who are listening have blossomed all at different times.
correct. Some are lucky and they blossom
Very
earlier.
early, yes.
Yes.
And
Good for you. We're very happy for you that you know who you are and you know what is okay for you and what is absolutely not okay for you. That was not the case for me. Now I know that there's no way that I will tolerate certain things. Excuse me, I am the daughter of the Most High God, and you are going to treat me in that way. But I'm going to look for a godly man that is running after God before he runs after me. So,
I don't think you have to look.
no, he'll
I think you have to
oh,
be open.
yes.
open.
I agree. I think if you are open and you're ready, he'll find you.
God will bring you Boaz to you.
Yeah. Because I think sometimes we are so hungry for love.
Well, and we think we're ready. But
Well, and
what
that's
we think and what
Yeah.
reality is
It's
mhm.
not
are
always the same, right?
Because
many,
if
many
you're
times.
here and he's here,
Mm,
right? Or opposite, right?
right.
You find where you are.
Yes.
And so
Exactly.
that's I think where that, multiple soulmates or different things come in
Ah,
is
interesting.
if you're
Okay.
in this place and you find someone here, and this is, again, I'm not saying anything for like breaking up or whatever, but if you
No.
get married here
Yeah.
and one of you goes here and the other one has no interest in improving their life or themselves or anything around them, right? And they're stubborn, they're like, this is the way it is.
Go see a counselor.
And if, yes, go see a counselor, but this person's not going to stay here very long in this relationship, right? Like, I
Well,
think
they
that's part
may.
of where they
They
may, but
may.
that's where then maybe this person's other person is up here. And that's where I think we do get divorces and we do get separations because of
Yeah, they give
the
up.
growing different. Yeah, the
Yeah,
giving
they
up.
give up. That's true. That is very true. But I think what's portrayed out there is like the start of marriage. Like, yes, this was my start of marriage. No, the idea is what are the animals that mate for life? I know penguins, I think,
Flamingos.
flamingos, I
Flamingos,
think.
yeah.
Yeah, why can't we be like that? And we have a guy working with us who had an arranged marriage, and his parents knew him and knows him well enough, and they brought the bride, and they're very happy.
Well, they also maybe there's also a piece where you know that this is your life and you find the right person that's in the same the same mindset maybe. So you're both there growing together,
But
right? Because
shouldn't we do that anyway?
we should, but sometimes one person is not interested in that,
That's
right? And
true.
that's the thing. But if you're young and you just jump on the first guy or woman that you're like, well,
Jump
you
on
just
him.
jump on the first one you find and you're like, I love you, and you just become so quickly like you don't even know if you have the same likes, dislikes, or same
Right,
future.
right.
I think that's what I've done as a child. I was a
Yeah.
child, right? I got pregnant at 16. It was like, oh, he's a bad boy.
I love him.
Got with him, right? We were not compatible. We weren't compatible at all. But that didn't matter because I was just interested in the the relationship, I guess, not in the future and the growth. And that's
Right.
where I think we jump into things so early in our lives
Yes.
that we don't know all of what we should. But that's the other thing with like love languages,
Mm.
right? And you sometimes if you get in a relationship, you're both physical touch, like there you go, you're done. Like you've got that right there. But there's a quote that I want to read from the book, The Five Love
Gary
Languages.
Chapman. Yeah.
Yep, Gary Chapman. So it says, the object of love is not getting something you want, but doing something for the well being of the one you love. So
Ooh.
it's looking at love really as not what you can give me, but how you can love others and
Yeah.
someone else.
Because through that love, you get something back that is so full.
Mm,
It's not the typical love, but it is a better love. So
mm,
for the young people, we definitely want to say, and if you were married and you're not married right now, and again, we all speak from experience. If you feel, and I speak to women that are like, I am waiting for my husband. The moment you actually stop wanting that and you're okay with just where you are right now, then it can show up. Where you're not so desperate and
mhm.
it's like my next wedding ring is going to look like, no, no, no. That's not the right time. I always say you have an opportunity when you come out of a divorce or a relationship that wasn't for you, to spend time to get to know you, the real you, what's okay for you, what do you like, what are your dreams, what do you want? And then the right person will come alongside that and be your biggest cheerleader. And your relationship is beautiful like that. This man just cheering you on. That's what we should be looking for that.
That's how I found him. I gave up. Like gave up searching. I
Wow.
remember
That's
I
beautiful.
was at the time living with my friend Katie because I had gotten divorced and left the house with him. And so I was living with her, and I remember sitting in the front yard with my feet in the grass, touching grass. Did that a lot around that time. And I just decided that I'm getting off of these dating apps.
Mm.
Those were painful. Like I thought it was a lot of fun at first, and then I'm like, this is exhausting.
Becomes very shallow after a
Yes, it
while.
was. And so I finally just had stopped, and that's where, I started running into him, and that's when it came. It wasn't a dating app. It was
Yeah.
in real life, in person.
Mm.
And, I mean, he did ask me on social media. He didn't ask me in person, but I'll take
That's
that.
okay. We live in
But
a different
I
time.
think that's where like love today looks so different
Yeah.
in letting it come to you
Yeah.
versus searching. Cause I was searching hard after my first divorce, after that divorce, and it didn't, it didn't come in the way that I should have had it come.
Because I think we're so needy when we're in that space
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
that nobody wants to be with you when you're like
Mm-mm.
that. But
No,
when you are actually open and you're okay, man, it's just such a deeper relationship, isn't it? It would really help. Can they do a class like that in school and say, okay, let's talk about love
they
today?
should.
Be
They
No, they have
should.
great.
anatomy.
Anatomy? No, 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 no. Not that. Not that. Just the emotional, the
Mhm.
soulish stuff, the spiritual stuff of connection. And that's why, my daughter's age and she's, 25. None of them are dating. That whole group, none of them are dating. They are figuring out who they are, what they want, why they are here, what are their goals.
That's good.
And they don't date each other, but they're together. And one of them now started dating, and you can see they're all like, "Hey, we are here and we're going to make sure that's the right person for you." And I love that.
I do love that
Yeah.
Yeah.
because some friends they don't
No.
allow that. Like you try to give wisdom or guidance, then
Mm.
they're just like, why can't you be happy for me?
That's true.
That's a strong one, and I think it's good to hear that you're seeing
Mhm.
that with the Gen Zs, those
Yes.
25-year-olds that are actually being mindful and looking at a relationship differently. What
It's probably because they've looked at us making the mistakes, going
I
through
hope they look
the
at us.
divorces, and I'm like, "No, mom, I'm gonna do this my way, a
Yeah,
different way, a better way. So please do. Yeah, please do."
yeah. What does love look like in your house, Judy?
Mm.
Peace. Yeah, we laugh. I've got my little dog that sits beside me. Um, Al comes over for supper every night. We laugh. It's peaceful.
I love that.
It's a good place to be.
Yeah. Funny how peace is not, we talk about love and peace, but peace is not important when we're younger, but it is
What's
when,
peace, huh?
yeah, what is peace? Peace. Peace. Oh,
No,
peace. Peace. Oh my God, what am I doing?
this
Peace.
is love.
That is
Oh,
love. Oh,
Yeah,
that is love.
that's
Yes.
love.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, to be in a relationship, I always look at this definition where you sit in a relationship, you don't have to say anything. You just be. But it's
Mm,
good. And you know it's based on trust. Man,
those are good
that's
friends
so
too. When
yes.
you don't have to be on to talk to
Right.
them, you
Yeah.
can just
Be.
be. This week, tell one person what they mean to you.
Mm.
Not a love you text or an emoji with a heart, a sentence, specific, real. Come tell us in the comments what you told them, what you said. Until next time, God bless.